So I got something super cool for you today, Em. I was scrolling through some articles and I found this piece that just it totally nails it. It's like a list of all the secret traps people fall into with English.
Oh, I think I know the one you're talking about. Is it the one about the top 5 mistakes? Because that one it's absolutely spot on.
That's the one. And I thought we have to talk about this. Welcome everyone to the English Mastery Podcast. I'm Dennis.
And I'm Emily. And today we're diving deep into the top 5 mistakes everyone makes in English. And these aren't just grammar slip-ups, right, Dennis? These are the big ones.
Totally. They're like the mindset mistakes that hold people back. So let's just jump into it. Mistake number one, and I am so guilty of this one, trying to sound too professional.
Right, the $5 words.
Exactly. Like instead of saying, we need to fix this problem, you say, we must facilitate an immediate resolution. It just sounds ridiculous.
It really does. You think you're impressing people, but what's actually happening is that you're just confusing them. In business, in any real communication, clarity is king.
Right. So the goal is to be understood, not admired for your vocabulary.
It often comes from a place of insecurity, right? We think that using big words will make us sound more intelligent or more capable, especially when English isn't our first language. We're trying to prove ourselves.
Totally. I remember one time early in my career, I was in this big meeting. I wanted to impress my boss, so I used the word synergistically like 5 times. My boss just looked at me and said, Dennis, what are you actually trying to say? It was so embarrassing, but it was a great lesson.
Exactly. It builds more trust when you're direct and simple. It's about connection, not complexity. Okay, so what's number 2 on the list?
Okay, mistake number two is translating directly from your first language. Oh, this is a big one.
This is maybe the most common habit. And the thing is, it's so hard to even notice you're doing it. Your brain just automatically does it.
Yeah, and your sentences come out sounding all clunky, Like they might be grammatically perfect, but they just feel off, unnatural.
That's the key word, unnatural. Native speakers don't build sentences by translating word for word. We think in patterns, in chunks of language.
So, what's the fix? How do you stop your brain from doing that?
It's about changing your focus. You have to stop learning isolated words and start learning full phrases and expressions. When you hear a native speaker say something that sounds good, just grab the whole phrase, make it yours.
That makes so much sense. It's like collecting building blocks instead of just having a pile of loose bricks.
What a great analogy. Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay, moving on. Number 3 is one of your pet peeves, Dennis.
Oh, don't even get me started. Saying fine and killing the conversation. Ugh, it's a total dead end.
It is. Someone asks, "How are you?" and you just say, "I'm fine, thanks." And that's it. Conversation over. There's nowhere for the other person to go.
It's like hitting a brick wall, and it's such a missed opportunity?
A huge one. The article mentions a small upgrade, like instead of fine, say something like busy but feeling productive today. Just that tiny little detail completely changes everything.
Wow. Yeah, because then they can ask, "Oh, productive? What are you working on?" And suddenly you're like actually having a conversation.
You are. You've invited them in. Real answers invite real connection. It's such a simple switch, but it has a massive impact on your interactions.
Okay, I'm sold. No more fine. What's next on our list of language crimes? What's number 4?
Number 4 is a really subtle one. And it's probably the most damaging. It's avoiding mistakes instead of speaking.
The fear. I mean, I get it. Nobody wants to sound silly or say something wrong, especially in a professional setting, so you just stay quiet.
Right. But the irony is just, it's huge. Staying quiet slows your progress down more than making 1,000 mistakes ever could.
Though the mistake isn't the mistake is avoiding the mistake. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
Exactly. You have to reframe it in your mind. Mistakes are not failures, they're just feedback, they're data. Every single time you speak, even if it's a little bit messy, you're training your brain and your mouth to work together.
That's the only way to build real confidence, right? It doesn't come from being perfect in your head, it comes from actually doing the thing.
Confidence comes from action, not silence. I love that line from the article. It's so true, which actually leads us perfectly into the last point.
Okay, lay it on me. What's mistake number 5? The grand finale.
Mistake number 5 is studying without using English in real life.
You mean my textbook collection isn't enough, but it looks so impressive on my shelf?
I'm sure it does, Dennis. But no, reading textbooks, watching videos, all that stuff is helpful, but only up to a point. It's passive learning.
Right. If the English just stays in your notebook, it's not going to magically appear in your mouth during a business meeting, is it?
Not a chance. Real improvement, the kind that actually sticks, it only happens when you use the language, when you're asking questions, sharing an opinion, reacting to someone in the moment.
So it's about putting yourself in the game, not just watching from the sidelines.
Yes, the article says even 5 minutes of real active conversation is better than an hour of passive study, and I totally believe that. You have to activate the language.
Wow. So let's do a quick recap. The top 5 mistakes. What are they again?
Okay, so number 1, trying to sound too professional by using overly complex words. Just be clear.
Got it. Number 2, translating word for word from your native language. Learn phrases instead.
Yep. Number 3, killing conversations by just saying, I'm fine. Give a real answer.
Number 4, avoiding mistakes. You got to make them to get better. They're just feedback.
And number 5, just studying English without actually using it in real life. You have to speak it.
That's a fantastic list. I feel like if our listeners just focused on avoiding those 5 traps, they would see some seriously huge progress.
Absolutely. It's really about shifting your mindset from just learning to actually communicating.
Well, this has been awesome, Emily. Super helpful stuff.
It has. And for everyone listening, if you want more tips and insights like these, we have a newsletter packed with great advice to help you on your English journey.
That's right. You can sign up for it. It's totally free over at allaboutenglishmastery.com. That's allaboutenglishmastery.com. Don't miss out.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the English Mastery Podcast.
We'll catch you in the next one. Keep speaking.